The secret portals of ancient Greece and the creatures from another world. The Acropolis, the Parthenon of ancient Greece, had a frieze on the top of the building that had various creatures like this: centaurs, reptilians, half man, half goat, half man, half snake, half man, half horse, dragons and mythological monsters that live in the area of northern Greece, that lived there, somewhere between fantasy and reality. In the past, the shepherds of the area of their Sithonia told incredible stories about a rare species of snake that lived on the central mountain of the prefecture Dragoudeli. They said that as well. Machines made their way in the area during the 1960s. The snakes came to the surface, and after centuries of silence in the depths of the earth, they fearfully described the huge reptiles attacking their herds and devouring their animals in one go. Can you imagine? And yet one of them freezes facing them. Some fairy tale from the area of Vasilakos, an area there, speaks of a huge beast with 3 heads, barbed claws, and 2 wings, each of which reached them from the village to the plain. It was a terrible Lamia with a big belly, setting up camp in secluded corners and caves, and this creature would eat and digest everything. The caves and ravines of the area of northern Greece, Halkidiki, have their own world so far from the present that it often exceeds all imagination. I've been to one of these caves. It's called Petralona. That's where the ancient 700,000-year-old humans used to live. Big, huge cave systems. Now, in 1959, a kilometer outside of Petralona, where I had been there, it's turned into the type of a museum. You pay a ticket to go in. A fossilized skull of Arcanthropus was found, ancient man, fossilized leaves of plants and trees, as well as bones of elephants, lions, rhinos, etc. And they speak of another era, 750,000 years ago, of the wild and unacceptable area of northern Greece, Halkidiki, of the past. Professor Aris Poulianos, after studying numerous tools and bones, he's an archaeologist, he found in a ravine near Triglia, revealed that man did not first appear in Africa, as it was believed until then, but in the area of Halkidiki of northern Greece, and in general in the wide area of the northern Aegean. Huge beasts. During prehistoric times, the climate of this area was hot and humid. We're talking about the area of Greece. The place was different. Excavations in Nikiti, Triglia, and Kriopii have shown that millions of years ago, small horses and antelopes, giraffes and gazelles, strange animals with tusks and proboscis lived here. All disappeared suddenly, perhaps from the waters of a great flood. That plain of Athithos is dry, except for wheat. Nothing grows there. The fire which the raging wrath of the gods and giants once unleashed upon man seems to have turned the earth around. Life, however, has always been rich. In ancient Aphytos, there was a sanctuary of the god Dionysus, the god of wine, in which the king of Sparta, Agesipolis, died. In order to transport the deceased to his homeland, they embalmed him with the famous honey of Cassandra. This is how they also embalmed Alexander the Great. They put him in a huge casket full of honey. The region remains largely unexplored, and on the adjacent hill there are many archaeological remains exposed indifferently to the erosion of time. A place looks like the people who look at it. Over time, people and nature become one with the atmosphere that emerges from the sea. The same power permeates everything, crystallizing over time customs and traditions. The area of northern Greece, Halkidiki, lives on to this day. The Halkidiki power lives to this day. And in the third peninsula, the eastern dances of Ierissos are famous. the dances of Easter. The most famous is that of the Black Youth, which conveys to this day the heroic climate that prevailed during the occupation. And ancient Scione, near the modern city of the same name, the Trojan women who had been captured by the Greeks burned the ships of their enemies, thus forcing them to settle there. Nea Mudanya used to be called Karhi Liman, from the many Karhis that nested there. At the same time, it was also a nest of wild pirates who started from the port and raided the Aegean and the coasts of the rest of Greece. Northwest of the village of St. Paraskevi, a red liquid with healing properties gushes out through a crevice. What is that? I've never heard of that before. The locals say that it's the blood of St. Paraskevi, again, the miraculous saint that one finds in the traditions of Platamonas and many other regions of Greece, who was brutally slaughtered in the area and has been healing people's illnesses ever since. Finally, the well-known mineral water Doumbia springs from the Church of the Holy Apostles as a thermal spring and gives people the grace of the saints. One thing that is for certain is that there are a lot of things to be excavated and found in the area of Greece. Everything you dig is ancient underneath. If you go to the island of Rhodes, most houses have antiquities and ancient structures piled at the end of the lots of their houses, because everyone that builds houses there finds antiquities underneath, ancient artifacts. That's how many unexplored things there are in the area of Greece. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. I've translated this from a Greek article. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.